Zaldrizes buzdaris gosdau.
In my opinion, one of the coolest things about House of the Dragon is that you can read this book called Fire and Blood Part 1 and then learn about everything that will most likely happen on the TV series, right? And one of the things that made the show stand out, Game of Thrones, right, when it was good, was some of the twists and turns they took from the book or some things they changed that didn't quite happen the way they showed us on screen in the novels, right? In this video, I want to talk about some of the craziest leaked information, leaked scenes, leaked descriptions, or whatever that I've been sent through the DMs while Season 2 has been filming. Please, if you enjoy this kind of content, slap a like on it. And the most important thing you could ever do for me or for anybody else that you're a fan of here on YouTube is go ahead and pull the trigger and subscribe. That's like the best thing. Lets YouTube know, hey, I like this person. I gotta preface this first leak by saying that several major characters are definitely going to die in House of the Dragon Season 2. Some of those deaths won't necessarily be in the same timeline that happens in the books, like they'll be changed around a bit, but for the most part there's going to be several major characters, right? So one person mentions, and I've been saying this for several months, I think I've been even saying it since last year, this person mentions that in the Battle of Rook's Rest it goes down most likely, or it goes down mostly like what happens in Fire and Blood, but the main difference is that Rhaenys survives that fall, and she starts to try to crawl away from the battle to get away from the tangled corpse of her dragon, and when she does that, Sunfire pops up and eats her corpse. This is after most of the people have left the battle. Like, let me explain. In canon, Sunfire is so damaged and wounded from the encounter with Meleys at the Battle of Rook's Rest that it has to lay on the battleground for months in order for its wing to heal, and it feasts on corpses that are left behind. And then eventually Aegon, well, not eventually, but Aegon leaves men there to make sure that Sunfire's eating and healing properly. And then one day, those dudes that Aegon left in charge of making sure Sunfire heals looks for Sunfire and cannot find it. So Sunfire is back up in the air and, you know, just left Rook's Rest and goes back and finds Aegon 2 on Dragonstone. So the actual leak was that instead of Meleys being a burned, charred, unrecognizable corpse next to her dragon Meleys, that she survives and Sunfire is going to eat her. Now the next crazy leak was that, and please let me know your thoughts on these down below in the comment section. And I've mentioned this one before as well, but I kind of glazed over. This person says that Helaena will have one suicide attempt and then she will jump to her death in episode 8 of season 2 of House of the Dragon. Now she does commit suicide in canon. It just happens after Rhaenyra has taken King's Landing, after Blood and Cheese happens. Helena's never really the same, and when she gets the chance, she goes and jumps out of a window and lands on the spiked moat that surrounds Maegor's Holdfast. And Maegor's Holdfast is a castle inside of a castle known as the Red Keep, right? So the Red Keep is the big castle, Maegor's Holdfast is a littler castle inside of that. Now, Helaena does jump to her death in canon. This person says it's going to happen in Season 2, Episode 8. And then another person mentions that Laena's death off-screen will be confirmed in Season 2. And then they said that there is a scene with Helaena and Aemond before Aemond leaves for Harrenhal. And in this scene, it sort of confirms A plus H equals Jaehaerys. Like, basically this person mentions that they sort of have a brief kiss and they exchange a few words, but ultimately it's like the end of their relationship. And they mention that this sort of contributes to Helena's turmoil and pushes her over the edge to want to do it. I'm just gonna add right here, take this with a grain of salt. Always take anything in these leaked videos that I make with a grain of salt, because nothing is confirmed until it airs on our screens, and this is likely all a load of horse crap. Now, the next couple of leaks have to do with the North Winterfell and Jacaerys. One person mentioned that Sarah Snow has a direwolf that she works, right? Then another person mentioned that Sarah Snow is actually a direwolf named Sarah. Real quick, do y'all think we're going to get the Sarah Snow, Jacaerys, Baela love triangle on the TV show? Let me know down below in the comment section. There's a good point to mention this, I've actually been sent other linked information way back, like when season 1 first ended, and they mentioned that Jacaerys and Cregan are going to have a gay relationship, and that it's sort of hinted at in the books because they mention how strong of a bond they had, and how they would go hunting and hawking with each other, and that relationship kind of is George's way of saying they're secret lovers, right? Let me know what you think about that down below in the comment section. In my opinion, if done right, it wouldn't bother me at all. Like, yeah, that's not necessarily how they'll portray it in Fire and Blood, but like I said, if it's done right, who cares, right? So remember, Sarah Snow is a direwolf named Sarah, or Sarah Snow has a direwolf that she works. The name of the direwolf isn't mentioned, right? Now this is the most interesting part. All that was kind of nonsense, but this is the most interesting part. This person says that the Pact of Ice and Fire is not a marriage pact, but instead a promise, right? A promise between Jacaerys and Cregan Stark that when the long night comes, Jacaerys himself, when he's king, or another Targaryen, will be there to defend the North from the long night. Or as I put it, the long night. In my opinion, that is probably the most likely scenario of what actually would happen in the books, right? Because in Fire and Blood, it's suggested that the Pact of Ice and Fire is a secret marriage pact, and that when Jacaerys arrives in Winterfell, he secretly hooks up with Sarah Snow, and Sarah Snow is the bastard sister of Cregan Stark. Cregan finds out about this and forces him to marry his sister, right? And the Pact of Ice and Fire is that relationship between the two of them, and that eventually a Targaryen Stark would sit the Iron Throne. Here's the thing, both of those have kind of already happened, right? Breanne, who is possibly being warred or controlled by Bloodraven, is sitting the Iron Throne, and he's a Stark, right? But then, let's go further than that. Jon Snow, half Stark, half Targaryen, confirmed for the TV show universe. I can't believe people are saying it's not confirmed for the book. Whatever, debate me down below in the comment section. I love correcting people about not realizing who Jon Snow's parents are. But, so yeah, I don't know. That seems legitimate. And like I said, in my opinion, I really, really enjoy that leak because that makes the most sense. The Pact of Ice and Fire is an agreement between House Stark and House Targaryen that they will stay loyal to them, right? Remember, Torrhen Stark, the king who knelt, right? His brother Brandon wanted to go and kill dragons with weirwood arrows that he was working into. Okay, so that agreement between Ice and Fire, that's the Pact of Ice and Fire. Like, the Targaryens will show up to defend the North from the Long Night and the White Walkers, and the North will stay loyal to House Stark and come down and eventually aid them when they're needed. I'm gonna stop right there. I feel like I'm getting too wrapped up in that. A couple of the last things that are mentioned, one of them, and this is kind of cool, this person mentions that Blood is actually a faceless man and forcibly kills Jaehaerys after killing Cheese. Now the idea of this comes from the leaked audition tape, right? So there was a leaked audition for Blood and Cheese, and it seemed as though Cheese was being bullied into doing something more than just kidnapping Prince Jaehaerys, because Cheese is the rat catcher who knows his way in and out of the Red Keep, right? He's tasked with killing rats in the Red Keep, so he's the one who's hired by Daemon and Mysaria to work with Blood to go and kill Jaehaerys, right? Like when they get there, they make Helaena choose which one of the kids they're gonna kill, even though they end up killing the other one. Helena's like, well, not Jaehaerys, he's the oldest, he knows what's going on. Let me pick Maelor, he's the youngest, he may not have any idea what's actually happening. So then they actually kill Jaehaerys, and they say, Maelor, you hear that? Your mama wants you dead, right? So that whole scene is going to be tragic and terrible. And like, supposedly for the TV show, it was going to be an accident that Jaehaerys is killed, right? So they go there to kidnap Jaehaerys and maybe ransom him off, but instead he's killed. So this person was sort of adding to that leak and saying that Blood is actually a faceless man, right? And he is working with the faceless men to try to bring about the Targaryen downfall, and in doing so, he extends it further and makes sure there's no turning point for the war. I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of interesting, but it's also completely unbelievable. This was just a fun version of the videos I have been doing over the past few weeks. I wanted to entertain some ideas that I liked a little bit too much to include in the videos, and then also ones that were just completely heinous. Like I said, let me know y'all's thoughts down below in the comment section. And also, if you want something a bit longer, I dropped a 20-minute video on some leaks for Season 2 House of the Dragon, and that's linked down below in the description. And that was just a few days ago, so please go check that out if you want a little bit more. But thank you for watching. Super special shout out to the executive producers of this video over on my Dragonite tier over on Patreon, right? Consider checking out Patreon if you want to. But those members are the North Must Remember, Breanne Johnson, Title Schnabel, and Destiny Mixed Queen Phillips 420. Thank you all so much for watching.